When I heard that message, an interview from Ned Nwoko, or Ned Nwoko, whatever that name is, I, as a mother, and today I'm not talking as a doctor, right? I am talking as a concerned mother that have a teenage girl whom I am training right? As a little girl, I will never bring my child to the point of making her marry a very old man just because of money. Don't get me right. If my daughter fall in love with an old man and I understand that she did not do it because she wants affluence and it is purely love, I will allow that. But if it is the fact that the man is rich, there's no way as a mother, I, Dr. Antonio Okoro, will allow my teenage girl to go marry a very old man. Having said that, you all are highly, highly welcome to my life today. This is your favorite doctor, Dr. Tonia of True Health with Dr. Tonia. Yes, that's me. You all are highly, highly welcome. Today, we are talking as parents. Yesterday was World Parent Day. And I posted and said, every person that has been in the life of their children, I respect you. I give you all the respect you can ever think of. Why? Because having to be in the life of your children to make them important in life is a big deal, guys. A lot of parents have actually left so much in their life: wealth, affluence, education, just name it, just to be in the life of their children so that they will guide them right. Now, I am not here to come and derogate or talk down on any woman that felt that their children are to be used to mortgage for money. Okay? If that is your own decision to take care of your girl child, you allow your teenage girl to go marry a 60-something years old, 70-something years old man just because they have money. That is you. You don't push it under anybody's truth. Okay? So this craze of Ned Nwoko saying that Regina Daniel was a virgin, he cannot marry somebody that is not a virgin. Hello? If you have not watched my discussion about virginity, if you are joining me for the first time and you have not heard what virginity is, because people misinterpret virginity. If a girl have had sexual knowledge of a man, whether young or old, and that girl has decided to be celibate, decided that she is not going to do any of that again until she get married, this is a second chance to virginity. There are some people that do other different kinds of sexual activities, such as female to female, or male to male, they will do every other thing, but there is no penetration. That does not mean that the person is still whatever you term a virgin. Because if you have used everything that you can to satisfy yourself sexually, then virginity is of the mind. Yes, the main virginity that every human being knows about is the penetration of the male reproductive organ inside of that of the female reproductive organ. Okay? But there are a lot of young girls that have done worse than that person that have done the penetration. Remember, whenever I say anything, I like to use story to buttress my point. One time I had this nanny, okay? My nanny had two girls. One girl wears something like as if she is wearing a hijab, right? Is that what they call it in Muslim? What it means is that she covers her ear, covers her hair, doesn't wear earring, no bangles at all. She wears clothes that is from here to the floor. That is one of her child, right? And that is her favorite child. The other girl wears trouser, sometimes shorts, sometimes skirts, because that is her own preference. I mean, you cannot make me to go wear whatever thing that I don't want to wear, all because I want to please you. So when she came to my house as my nanny, I was curious. I was like, how did you leave your children alone to stay? And then I know you're looking for money, but how come you decided to leave your children? She said, no, the father's brother is also putting an eye on them. But because she really wants to get money, I didn't fault it because a lot of us had to leave our children to go fend for our daily bread. So when you are leaving your child in the care of a nanny in the house, it's still, you won't call it carelessness. You're leaving them to go fend for your money, right? So that's what she also did. So I told her, but why do you think this girl? She said, no, my girls, the only one that I don't trust is the one that wears trouser and skirt. And you know what I told her? I said, listen, madam, you see that one that is wearing short trouser, skirt, short skirt, and you are chastising her all the time, she will be the one that will make you proud. Because it has been proven that almost all these ones that cover their hair, cover their leg, cover everything, even with gloves all over their fingers, are the ones that do so much atrocious things that when you hear what they do, you are going to shake your head. So when she had done, because what I now decided to do is I would give her time. Sometimes I would even tell her, do you want to go visit your children? She said, no, they're okay. So she, instead of going at the end of the year, I allow her to always go 3 months after. She will go see them 3 months after, like that, intermittently like that. One day, I came in from work and she came and told me that, ma, I have to go. There's an emergency. She didn't tell me exactly what the emergency is. So I decided to pay for her trip back home. And she actually went home. She was supposed to come back after 1 week. She didn't come back. She didn't call me. I was even worried because when she got home, she told me that she's home. I now had to call her to find out what the problem is. Guess what happened, guys? The same thing I told her was just what happened. The one that was wearing long skirts, no trousers, covering the hand and the hair, not wearing earring, got pregnant. And because in Igbo land, that's what happens. A lot of parents, when their children get pregnant, they won't even give the girl a second chance to, like, okay, take away the child and start taking care of this child. And then convince your child to go on with her education, because a second chance given to anybody in life will go a long way to make the person a better person. So she started arranging for the girl to marry an old man. But where I came in is, she didn't want to tell me what was happening, but how she ended up telling me is when I continued calling her, like, what is going on? What is going on? But she got to the point where she couldn't pay the money I paid her salary and everything. She couldn't pay the hospital bill. So she had to call me and open up on me. I said, but why didn't you tell me at the initial time? So I had to send money for them. Meanwhile, this girl has been betrothed to an old man. Number one, this man is not going to satisfy this girl sexually. As the man ages, the libido starts going down. They start having erectile dysfunction. And this is a young girl that is at the peak of her age, right? 18, 19, 20-year-old. Their estrogen is high. Their hormones are high. And they need, if they want to be reverend fathers and reverend sisters, fine, they can go to be reverend fathers and reverend sisters. But a child that is married is expected to have sexual intercourse with the husband. And now this person you're giving this girl is an old man that can't even satisfy this girl. For all of you happy that you're seeing Regina Daniel and the rest of them with all the gold, with all the paparazzi, do you all think she is sexually satisfied? Do you all think that? Think again, okay? She can't come out here to tell me she is sexually satisfied, and I believe it because I know, medically speaking, Ned Nwoko will be having some enhancement medications that is going to make him to last on that little girl. So you all stop this. Why are you painting it for people to think it is okay for a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20, 25 should go marry an old man? I have a young girl. My desire for my child is to pursue her career and get to limelight and become successful in life, fall in love properly, and marry the right person that is her peer. If eventually she decides that she wants to marry an old man, it is from her own decision. She had made her money and she's going to go into that marriage with her own money, so that no man would think she came there because of the money. So you all should stop all this parading it to look like, oh, young girls should now go marry old people. Yes, I see all the gold Regina Daniel displays on the internet. Listen, you think she is happy? Go think again. Now, I'm going to give you another scenario. Very, 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 very sad that Africans are feeling it is okay to parade your young girl. Oh, my girl is so you are keeping your girl's virginity. What about that man that you are keeping the virginity for? Is that man a virgin? What makes it difficult for us to understand that the same blood, the red blood that flows on a woman's body, is the same blood that flows on a man's body, guys? Okay? So, in as much as you want your girl to be a virgin, also want the boy to be a virgin, want the man to be a virgin. You cannot tell me you have 5, 6 wives, sometimes 10 wives, and you are saying, coming out on the internet to brag that you cannot marry a virgin. Why are you a virgin? That you're looking for a virgin because you think you have money, so anything can happen. Well, anything can happen for women that don't even know their own onions, for women that have excellent, intelligent girls. Just imagine it if Regina Daniel made her way to Hollywood as a very smart actress she is. Do you know how much these people are worth that are acting over there? I remember when one of the actors in Nigeria, Genevieve Nnaji, was featured in opera. Isn't that what it is to get your child to the limelight, to get your child to that affluence? So if she had continued in that path, doing her movies back to back, by now, as we speak, she would have been doing a lot of Hollywood blockbuster movies. So also Regina Daniel. Why will a mother incarcerate the child, dim her lights, and then put her under a man for the man to be shining because she is wearing gold, because she is entering the best of cars? So it is now the yardstick for a young, innocent girl. I am not talking as a doctor right now. I'm talking as a mother that have a teenage girl, and a mother that will sacrifice everything to get my child to the limelight and make her marry the love of her life, to make her the best child, the best mother, the best girl on the surface of the earth. So if Regina Daniel's mother felt that the best way is to mortgage her young, talented child to marry Ned Nwoko, that's fine by them. But don't come putting it on everybody's throat to make it look like it is okay. That is what it's supposed to be. No, that's not what it's supposed to be, honey. No. I'm going to say this last story, and then I'm going to end this life. But one thing I will not have anybody come to the internet is to give them the wrong narrative. Because guess what? That interview with Ned Walker, there are a lot of women right now that are going to be grooming you, their children, virgins, and then looking for rich men that they are going to marry their little girls to. And then the girl will perpetually be there, languishing in pain of not having a good sexual life, languishing in pain of not having to be the little girl that they should be. Okay, let me tell you this story. I was on my consulting room one day. This lady came in. She was heavily pregnant. I've said this in my previous videos. Heavily pregnant, okay? And I asked her, "How are you, madam?" She started crying. She came for antenatal. Remember I told you that whenever I do my consultation, I do it as a doctor, but then I inculcate the power of being a woman, a mother, into my consultation. So that's why patients come after me, even if you are giving them the right treatment, they want to talk to me because there are certain things that medications cannot heal. Okay? You have emotional trauma, medications cannot treat that. So that's why they come to me, because they know that I have that listening ear, and I am going to give them the therapy that they desire. So the lady started crying. I said, "Why are you crying? You came for antenatal?" She said, "Yes, ma, I am actually sad. You see this pregnancy I'm carrying? This is my second pregnancy for my husband. And my husband has gone to pay the bride price of another little girl." So what do you mean by that? You are already pregnant. How can a husband have that mind in the period where you are pregnant? He now goes to marry another person. She now said, "Oh ma, even to the point that he had done the traditional rites and about to bring the child home." So I now saw that this is not a kind of thing that we are going to be playing, because if he had actually paid the traditional rite, that means what it is that sooner or later this other girl is going to come in. So I now said, "Okay, so what did you do? What did you do that made him decide that he wants to marry another person?" He said, "Nothing. The only bad thing that happened was that I was pregnant and I was begging my husband that I want to come to the hospital. In our local area, they want you to deliver as a Hebrew woman. And, because that was my first pregnancy, I didn't know what it is to, to deliver the baby. They took me to a traditional, birth attendant. These local women are the women that deliver these young girls. So when you are crying of pain, they will tell you, no, you are a girl, you're not supposed to cry. You are a woman, you're supposed to show your strength. So they made her push when it wasn't time for the baby to come out, because for you to tell the baby, a woman to push, the head of the baby, the fetus that is in utero, is supposed to crown. So when it crowns, with that contraction, you now tell the woman to push. So with that contraction, very strong contraction, and the cervix is completely effaced, and the head is on the vaginal area, you will not ask the woman to push, and that will help that baby to come out. But when you continue making a woman push when the time is not there, she is going to get tired on time, and she won't have the strength to continue pushing. So what happened is, by the time the baby was about to go, they were doing a lot of money because they don't know what they were doing. So the head of the baby tore her introitus, and finally they delivered the baby. Nothing happened to the baby. The baby was all fine. But what happened is, the person that delivered didn't even understand that you need to suture this woman. So they didn't do a heniography. They didn't do an episodography for this woman. Number one, she wasn't the person that told herself to go to this place. It was the husband that took her there to prove that she's a woman. She's not supposed to cry while she's pregnant. She's supposed to deliver like a Hebrew woman and stuff like that. But now, the vaginal tear that she had was because they took her to somebody that doesn't know what to do. And she had a vaginal tear for having a baby for a man. So she said, after having that baby, yes, the wound healed and all that. The man now said her introitus is not too open for him. He is not enjoying himself. So to punish this young girl, he had to go and marry another woman to satisfy him. Guys, are you all understanding the pain young girls, women, folks like me face? I am not telling you something that didn't happen. I'm telling you, as a doctor that sat on that consulting room, and this woman was crying, and I said, okay, wipe your eye. Is your husband with you? She said, yes. Okay. Can I talk to the husband? Because I feel that probably I could come in. I'm not going to say don't marry, but the thing is that give this woman time. This is the period you need her most, so that she will have a baby. And then after the baby and she had recovered, you can now go do whatever thing. If that is your culture, who am I to say don't do it? She said the husband is outside. I said, okay, go get the husband. So when the husband came in, this young man was around 50 something years old. Now, this first wife is around 20, 25. Okay. I wanted to start crying myself, but I said, hold on, Dr. Goro, see what you can salvage about this case. And I said, sir, your wife is crying here. You can see she's still crying. I've tried to appease her. And I said, please, why is she crying? He said, I don't know. See, ever since I told her that I want to go and marry a second wife, she has been crying. And I said, but today that I checked her blood pressure is rising. She is pregnant. She doesn't need this stress that you're giving to her. Can't you just wait when she had finished delivering this baby, come out alive? You cannot do whatever thing, because from the way I'm seeing it, you people are Muslims, and from the northern part of the country, I have no power as a doctor. Yes, I can have a power to report anything to Ministry of Health, but as a doctor, my own is for this woman to deliver, safely. Because if she goes into eclampsia, if that blood pressure is not managed very well, because there's a stress causing this blood pressure, you cannot even correct that blood pressure. If you like, give the whole of the medications that you want to give, that medication is not going to help, because what is the stressor that is causing that blood pressure is still there. So I told her, can I trust that I told him, can I trust that you're going to do this for me? He said, well, ma, I have paid for my wife's bride price, so I'm supposed to go there next week to bring her to the house. To bring her to the house. You are not thinking about this pregnant woman that is carrying your second child? A pregnant woman that had vaginal tear for having your first baby? A pregnant woman that, according to her, she said she wanted to go to school. That's what she confided in me. But her parents pushed her, because in their community, if you are 12 years old and you are not betrothed, the other girls are going to be talking down on you, insulting you. In fact, don't even think about it that you say you want to go to school with by 10 years, you are supposed to be betrothed. So by 12, the man will come and marry you and take you. And you guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? A little girl. That's why you see vesicovaginal fistula thriving so much in the northern part of the country, northern part of Nigeria, because these children's reproductive organ is still growing, and parents would give out their children to old men, and these children will be pregnant, and then they will have a lot of issues when they are about to deliver, and that will cause vesicovaginal fistula. If you haven't listened to vesicovaginal fistula, I talked about it in my previous video, so go check out and understand what vesicovaginal fistula is. So it was at that point that he said, no, I said, so you can't wait for this woman to deliver before you go marry another woman? Okay, so who is this person you want to marry? He said, my wife, she's coming. She's coming very, very soon. So when he finished, I told him to go and do some tests. You know, there are some tests I wanted him to go do or go pay for, so that the wife would do those tests. When he left, the woman has said, "Ma, you don't even understand the painful aspect of it." I said, "What is the painful aspect of it?" He said, my co-wife is just 13 years old. Guys, I melted. 13 years old? She said, yes. I said, how old were you when you got married? She said she married at, I think she married at 17 years old. Or 16 or 17. So she didn't have her baby until, she gave herself time before she had the first baby. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe my being. The man came in. I said, sir, so I think you should think about it. He said, well, I've heard you, doctor. Let me take my wife home. I said, no, not take your wife home. Your wife need to be coming now every week because of the blood pressure that is rising, so that we check if the medications we are going to be giving to her is helping her, because definitely, that, like I said, medications might not help because the stressor that is causing the blood pressure is still there. Fast forward some months, because I'm not the only doctor, so they won't see me every day. So definitely they'll be seeing the other doctors and doing antenatal and everything. So one day I came in, I was doing my rounds and went to the postnatal ward, and I saw a woman, she was wearing her hijab and all that. She said, doc, good afternoon. I said, good afternoon. Just like any other normal person I see in the postnatal was, doc, you didn't remember me? I said, no. He said, I am that lady that you told, that you talked to my husband about him giving me time. I said, oh, you delivered your baby? He said, yes. I said, congratulations to you. So, how are you doing now? Did your husband finally marry? She said, yes, he still went ahead and married the lady. I said, really? He went ahead and married that lady? Okay, don't worry about it. You know what you're going to do for me? Heal and take care of yourself. That is what is important. You see, you are going to take care of yourself and this baby that is with you. That is your role and your importance right now. So, as I was about to step out, one thing I like about the Muslims and the northern people is when one person delivers a baby, it's like a village. The whole village will come with food, and that's the way their own culture is. So when they deliver in the hospital, even when I was in medical school, you will see all of them, clustered, waiting for the woman, making sure that the woman is okay, and then cooking for him, for her. So when I was coming out, I saw a group of them coming in, little girls and all that. So that man recognized me. I said, Doc, good afternoon. My wife finally delivered. And I said, yeah, you are the husband. So did you finally go marry your wife? She said, yes, look at the baby. Look at no, he didn't say baby, look at my wife. I said, I didn't know when my mouth was agape. Guys, this girl was probably 12, 13 years old. I said, young girl, you are the new wife. She was giggling, yes. I'm like, so let me ask you a question. Are you ready to have a baby right now? She said, yes, I'm very, very ready. Very, very ready. I said, you know what having a baby is? She said, yes. So you're ready to have a baby? She said, yes. I zipped my mouth and walked away in pain. Because what are you going to do? Why are you going to start fighting? If I report to the Ministry of Health, they will say, oh, they are Muslims. What business of mine is it? Where I would have taken the case up if this little girl had come to me and said they are pushing her to marry. But this girl was so excited to even be pregnant as soon as possible. So, having said my story, this goes to all of you, yes. I mean, you ladies watching me. If you think it is okay to mortgage your young girls to marry an older man because he has money, he has influence, you want your child to use the name to climb the ladder, keep it to yourself. Don't force it on the throat of other women that know what they want for their child. My child must go to school because somebody in future have her own money and marry the love of her life. That is my decision. I'm not going to put that under your own truth. So don't come doing interview telling us that, oh, I married my wife as a virgin. Why were you not a virgin? You think it is okay that a little girl will succumb to the pressure by the mother to make her go marry an older man when she knows that she has a beautiful life to look up to? So please, a word is enough for the wise. I think I have to stop here. Until I meet you all the next time, stay kind, stay safe. And remember, the girl child is important. Their future is important. Their mental health is important. Their psyche is important. Do not look at money and then decide to cage your child to go marry an old man simply because the person is pregnant or simply because the person is rich. Virginia Daniel can flaunt billions of naira and billions of whatever on the faces of everybody. It doesn't perturb me. Take care of your little girls. Let them chase their careers and become women of timber and caliber. Guess what? I am a medical doctor. My husband can never disrespect me because he knows that I am also capable. Okay? I am going to stop here today until we meet again. Now, we have come to my favorite part. My question trivia today is, who is a virgin? Comment on the comment section. Whenever you see this video, the fastest finger, 20 fastest fingers to answer these questions will win my giveaway. So who is a virgin? In your own perspective, tell me who is a virgin. Number 2, what diagnosis did I give or did we make for the young woman that was pregnant for the second baby? What was the diagnosis I said she had when I met her? Did the husband finally marry the second wife? And what will you do as a mother? Who will you want your baby girl, your little girl to marry? Will you rather take the cue and allow your little girl to marry old men that are not going to satisfy them and then flaunt money on their faces? Or will you rather allow your child to become the professional that he or she should be, so that at the end of the day, your child comes out as beautiful, as fulfilled, and as a professional that will stand in her husband's home and have this respect? Okay, so answer these questions, drop it on the comment section. My team is going to pick the first 20 people that answer this question correctly, and you all are going to have a mouth-watering giveaway. My sincere advice today is, nurture your girls. Let them get to the limelight they want to.